Hello everyone, welcome to this series on literary terms and literary theory. If you want to study the notes and MCQs related to this term, you can click the link given in the description. We are also going to start our online and offline classes for UGC NET for English literature very soon. So stay connected with us. In this video, we will discuss the term dissociation of sensibility. Introduction. T.S. Eliot, one of the most influential literary critics and poets of 20th century, introduced the phrase dissociation of sensibility in his essay The Metaphysical Poets in 1921. In this essay, Eliot argues that 17th century metaphysical poets, including John Donne, possessed a unique ability to integrate intellect, emotion, and sensory perception in their poetry. However, he contends that a significant shift occurred in the 17th century, leading to a dissociation of these elements in poetry, which has persisted to the present day. In this video, we will explore Eliot's concept of the dissociation of sensibility, its historical significance, and the criticisms it has faced. Integration of intellect, emotion, and sensory perception. Eliot praised the metaphysical poets for their direct, sensuous apprehension of thought, emphasizing their ability to fuse intellectual complexity with intense emotion and vivid sensory imagery. He argues that they experienced thought and emotion as a unified sensibility, likening it to the immediate experience of a fragrance like that of a rose. The metaphysical poets exhibited a remarkable capacity to explore profound metaphysical ideas while expressing their emotions through vibrant and concrete imagery. Possible causes of dissociation. According to Eliot, the dissociation of sensibility took root in the 17th century and was perpetuated by the influence of John Milton and John Dryden. He suggests that during this period, there was a gradual separation of intellect from emotion and sensory perception in poetry. This dissociation led to a decline in the integrative poetic sensibility displayed by the metaphysical poets. Eliot does not explicitly define the causes of the shift, but he hints at the impact of the scientific worldview that emerged during this time, which may have contributed to a more detached and analytical approach to understanding reality. Influence on American New Critics. The concept of dissociation of sensibility gained popularity, especially among American New Critics, who viewed it as a central weakness in the poetry between Milton and the later works of W.B. Yeats. The prevailing view was that this dissociation was a consequence of the 17th century poets' detachment from human values and emotions, as influenced by the scientific outlook that focused on a material universe devoid of feeling. Nuanced transition and gradual shift. However, Eliot's theory has faced significant criticism. Some scholars argue that his historical claim of a sudden and continuous dissociation of sensibility is invalid. They suggest that this idea was formulated to suit Eliot's conservative political and social views and to justify his personal poetic preferences. Critics point out that the transition from the metaphysical poets to the poets of later centuries was more nuanced and gradual, involving multiple complex factors beyond a simple dissociation of sensibility. Conclusion. In conclusion, T.S. Eliot's concept of dissociation of sensibility, introduced in his essay The Metaphysical Poets, posits a significant shift in the integration of intellect, emotion, and sensory perception in poetry during the 17th century. He credits the metaphysical poets with possessing a unified sensibility that was later lost in English poetry, While Elliott's idea gained initial popularity, it has faced criticism for its historical validity and potential ideological bias. So this was the discussion on the term dissociation of sensibility, and if you have any doubts or questions, you can ask them in the comments section. We will meet in the next video with some other term. Until then, goodbye and thank you.